Man, the Pittsburgh Steelers fans are not happy with this one. Steelers Nation, the towels are flying in anger. They are pissed about this head coaching hire. The Pittsburgh Steelers have hired former Dallas Cowboys head coach, former Green Bay Packers head coach, Mike McCarthy. We got to break this down, man. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video as well. We have to get right into things. The Steelers are hiring Mike McCarthy. Wow. Many people thought the Pittsburgh Steelers, after losing Mike Tomlin and going separate ways, they would go young and they would rebuild this thing. But now they are going with Mike McCarthy, and it looks like Aaron Rodgers will be returning as the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers next season, and the fans are not happy about it. Look at this. Embarrassing. What a joke. A clear lack of ambition. He's a good head coach, but he's not the future. It feels like we've lost our ambition, our identity, and our drive. This is unacceptable. Rooney needs to sell the team. I would have rather kept Tomlin. This is crazy, man. I like them see them get through more candidate pool. McCarthy's back in town. Steel City is about to get a taste of Green Bay Packers magic. Nope. Aaron Rodgers coming back. Listen, man, a lot of the Steeler faithful are not happy with this move, man. And I think I'm kind of shocked by this. I didn't know where they would go, but I didn't know that they would go with Mike McCarthy. This is I'ma just get what I'm familiar with type of hire. No interest in looking at the young guys, no interest in innovation. And it's just kind of like the Steelers are content with being where they are. They're content with potentially making the first round of the playoffs and getting eliminated every year. That's what this reads to me. You're going to bring back a 40-some-year-old quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. You're going to run it back. I don't know why, but hey, this is the decision that they have made.
And now McCarthy. Lige, initial thoughts on this?
Yeah, not overly surprised, but a little bit surprised, Mark, because to your point, he's only the fourth coach in Steelers history. And when you look at what they've done, their criteria as far as who they've picked, it's been younger defensive coordinators. I believe Bill Cowher was only 34 years old. Mike Tomlin was only 34 years old. And Mike McCarthy is about double that age. He's at 62. But this is a Super Bowl winning coach. A guy, to your point, is from the area. So from that standpoint, I think the Steelers looked at this and said, when you look at all the available potential head coaching candidates, he's the cream of the crop. This is a guy that has won a Super Bowl. When you go back to his tenure in Dallas, from 21 to 23, he had 36 wins. Only Andy Reid had more in that span. And then even when Kellen Moore left as offensive coordinator and went to the Chargers, remember, he took over the offense. The Dallas Cowboys were the #1 offense in football. Matter of fact, Dak Prescott was #2 in that year in the MVP voting. So I like it from a standpoint, getting a guy that has a ton of experience, a local guy, so you know that he'll love to be back home coaching the Pittsburgh Steelers. But it's out of the norm for what the Pittsburgh Steelers routinely do.
And if you go back even further, Leger, you look at what he did as an offensive coordinator with New Orleans during the Aaron Brooks era, had that offense #1 with Deuce McAllister and Aaron Brooks and Joe Horn. So he's someone that can get your offense on the right track, and also help your quarterback settle in. Whoever that quarterback may be for Pittsburgh, Mike McCarthy is the right guy to develop that guy, have that guy playing his best. We saw him do that in Green Bay. We saw him do it in New Orleans, I just mentioned. We've seen him do it in Dallas. Even when he had to go without Dak Prescott, guess who stepped up and played really well? Cooper Rush. So he is someone that gets you ready to go, raises the floor of your franchise. He was actually the one that I thought would have been a great hire for the Cleveland Browns. Funny enough, he stays within that division, goes to Pittsburgh. I think this is a huge signing, a good one for Pittsburgh, in my opinion.
It's a good signing for Pittsburgh, but like you laid out there, Lige, it's out of the norm for them. Normally they're grabbing those young DCs, but they will lean on his Super Bowl pedigree, so we'll have to see how this works out. But one thing I find interesting is the connection to Aaron Rodgers. So, Lige, I'll start with you. Do you think that...
Oh, you know Aaron Rodgers is coming back. You know this means Aaron Rodgers is coming back, man. You know this.
Him coming back has any effect on Rodgers, or actually McCarthy joining the team has any effect on Rodgers when it comes to coming back with the black and yellow, or maybe retiring? Do they still have a good relationship?
Mox, it's so funny you asked that question because when Mike Tomlin decided to leave the game of football and step away, I said, there's no way Aaron Rodgers is coming back. And then we're looking at this coaching carousel, and I'm looking at this list, and I'm like, but what if Coach McCarthy goes to the Steelers? Like, him and Aaron Rodgers do have a good relationship. Let's not forget, he decided to go with Aaron Rodgers over Brett Favre, even though Brett Favre decided to come back to play for Green Bay. You know, he retired, decided to unretire and come back. And Aaron Rodgers, I believe, was going into his 4th year. And McCarthy decided, you know what, we're going to go with the young Aaron Rodgers. And then that propelled them to multiple MVPs, also propelled them to a Super Bowl. So if there's any coach besides Tomlin that could get Aaron Rodgers to think about maybe not retiring now, it's Mike McCarthy. So this may be a strategic move by the Pittsburgh Steelers because, to Emery's point earlier, we don't know who their quarterback is going to be. Aaron Rodgers signed a 1-year deal. Yes, they have Will Howard on roster. They drafted him this past year, I believe, in the 6th round, and Mason Rudolph on the roster as well. But if you're looking for a guy to come in and have that veteran pedigree like Rodgers, what better coach than Mike McCarthy? And then maybe you draft your quarterback of the future in the 1st round this year if you're able to do that, and he sits a year watching Aaron Rodgers.
And
All right, let's pivot. Let's pivot to this and see what these guys had to say. I want to see what actual Steeler content creators are saying, man, because I know they're not happy.
Like maybe a developer of quarterbacks. We'll get into that here soon. What's in your head here, and we'll learn details as this podcast goes through. What's the time frame? What do you give a Mike McCarthy, who's now hired by the Pittsburgh Steelers at retirement age, to say, come in here and you now get to decide how long he could stick around? What is your window? Is this a Super Bowl? But because that's got to be what the Steelers' mindset is, right? Unless I'm totally off here, that the Steelers are saying we want to remain Super Bowl contenders. I'll be really harsh here for a quick second here. And I have all the love and respect for Mr. Rooney. That dude's an incredible human, has treated me with respect forever. This is a desperation move in my eyes. This is Rooney understands he's only got a couple of years left to try to win a Super Bowl before he's going to retire. He wants to go out on top as much as anybody else would want to go out on top. This is a desperation move to say, let's make sure that this remains the case, that we remain Super Bowl window worthy. It's not, maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But that's what this has to be, right? You have a couple of years to win the Super Bowl. If not, it's over. Unless I'm totally off. What's the window here for Mike McCarthy as a 62-year-old head coach that has now been hired by the Pittsburgh Steelers?
My immediate thought is we're probably looking at a 5-year contract for Mike McCarthy. And is there outs after a couple of years? I think there has to be checkpoints built in yearly, right? Because clearly it's funny because, Art Rooney II hates the word rebuild. Yes. He is afraid of it, it's the word that shall not be named. He refuses to even dignify it when it's brought up. But it's funny how his fear of avoiding it might just be the thing that puts this team into a rebuilding phase.
Damn. See, man, look, the Steeler faithful, they're not happy with this, man. Shocking news, man. Mike McCarthy is in as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Get down in those comments. Let me know what you think, man. Let's keep the vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.